Black Clover mobile characters that were actually scrapped from the game. Boys, welcome back. This was meant to be a video series I was going to do for like YouTube shorts where we showcase a few characters that were scrapped from the beta or changed, or even some that were actually leaked. But recently we got some new leaks going over characters that I even haven't seen, and I was once again keeping up to date with the beta, the behind the scenes, the leak stuff. So this was a massive shock to me. But boys, if you're new, subscribe. But also, trigger warning, because some of these characters actually look pretty good, and while they may never come, or maybe they will in the future, it might annoy you to see some of them. So we're gonna go order here. So currently right now we have a few seasonal themes. We have the swimsuits, we have the Halloween season, and then we also have the Clover Academy and also the ceremony characters. But there was meant to be a new theme, and this was the fantasy theme. I think I'm going to put up even my thumbnail because it's where I found it, or on screen now you can see it. But there actually were meant to be fantasy outfits for all the characters in game, which once again you can see a lot of them on screen now. They look very, very cool. So this may not necessarily be new towards you, but we now have gotten their grimoire skills lead, and that's kind of all the leaks we've seen so far. But we've now gotten their grimoire artwork leaked, and that's kind of what's been leaked throughout this actual video today. So on screen now you can see it. You have obviously Asta. Once again, it looks very cool actually. I will aim to quickly go over some of them. It's like Charlotte, the Yami, the actual Rue, and also some other ones in the future as well, you'll see later on. But it does look like they redesigned a lot of the artwork we have for skill pages. So you can see Charlotte's is obviously very similar, same with Jack as well, Real too. It looks like these were artworks that were, it looks like they just weren't happy with the artworks and changed them later on. But who knows, maybe they'll plan to do like 2 skill pages per characters, or they're planning to buff the old characters by giving them a new skill page where you can actually like, get more buffs and better skills. That would be something I'd actually like to see. But let's go over the new ones. So once again we have Asta, then we have Mars. Mars, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of, but the gacha games have started to make me like him a bit more here. But yeah, honestly, I do like his design here. His hair is a lot better than I think how he looks now in game. Not a big fan of spiky hair, but this one I probably would have something for, especially if the character was good. Then we have Mimosa, probably the one I would have liked the most here, because she has got, I think, the best outfit, like more like a green leaf design, kind of fitting the fantasy theme, fitting the character very well as well. Yami, I think, would have been a fan favorite. This one, I believe, was codenamed, by the way, as God of War Yami. God of, like, bro, imagine the title. Also, I believe he used to little, like, his cigarette was like a leaf. It was a peak design, man. I hope they bring this one back. And also we have the Uno as well, which actually looks a lot better. So yeah, that was one first leak. We have even more. So once again, boys, trigger warning, because the next one might actually annoy you. Alright, so on the screen now is the second batch of leaks we've gotten. And this one, starting off, we have a swimsuit Charlotte, which I think we've seen a bit of her. She was leaked a little bit. I believe the reason why these lot weren't added, and I'm talking about obviously Mimosa as well, because she was leaked at the same time as the swimsuit Charlotte. We already had 2 seasons. We had the Noel season. Then we had what was, for us, the season that was skipped that had Asta, Uno, and also Charlotte. But on JP, these were obviously 1 month apart, and it was kind of pushing out of the summer season. We were pushing towards more like Halloween a little bit. So it made sense why they didn't do another season of swimsuit characters. But once again, if I had to guess, especially for Mimosa, I'm always willing to bet Mimosa is guaranteed to come in next year, just because she's the actual character from the anime. It's not like it's a made up design like Charlotte. This is someone from the anime. And if you look towards any other gacha game or any other Black Clover game, even the fighting one, they always have, it's just like a tradition in Black Clover games, they always have a swimsuit Mimosa and swimsuit Noel as like a DLC. So I'm willing to bet, yeah, we will be getting Mimosa in the future, but this one is more of a wait and see, I would say. But moving on, boys, there was meant to be a new seasonal theme, and this looked like to be a maid cafe design with idea where maid outfit and sing, which, by the way, I went to one in Japan. Unreal experience. It literally, I'm not lying when I say this, but to call them over, we had to meow. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, we have a maid outfit for obviously Charmy, which was I mean, we can't see the full thing here, but I'm sure it would look good. You can see other ones later on. We'll talk about them too. But moving on, we have Dorothy. Why is Dorothy here? She's not a character. She's not seasonal. Like, why is she being scrapped? Once again, I think we got leaks of her recently on JP and KR, so hopefully that means to start to add her back in. And I think the artwork is the same, so it does, like, if the content's been scrapped, they could still use it later on. But yeah, Dorothy, once again, a very weird situation for her, because she was the only captain so far in the game right now not to be added. And it really felt like they were building up towards Julius. So it really felt like we were going to get Dorothy before Julius. But then Julius came out. It was a very weird situation. And even like the promotional artwork for the game lead up to the launch of both, I think, Global and even JP, they showcased Dorothy. It's yeah, a weird situation why she wasn't added, but I cannot wait for her because she is the captain I wanted the most. So of course she was the one not to be added. Then we have Fagolian. Once again, artwork they decided to change. Then we have Gray. Why is why is she being scrapped this well? It's the same thing as Dorothy. She's a character that's literally in game right now. You can see her model. I have no words why they decided to not use her. Once again, maybe this is because they planned to add on the future, and the artwork they decided to change later on, so we'll get new artwork of Grey when she comes out. But yeah, our first look at Grey in Black Clover Mobile, and that's through scrap content, is not a good thing. Then we have Mars, and Mars again. This is his fantasy outfit, his normal outfit. Once again, they decided to change the artwork. Not too sure why. Then we have Mosa, we talked about already. And then, yeah, we have the maid outfit for Noelle. And bear in mind, I will jump to her now as well. We have Vanessa too. There are 3 characters here, and Black Clover Mobile, they've moved over towards like 2 characters per season. I think for the first 3 seasons, and JP are the first 2 for us, they were doing, you know, 3 seasonal characters per update. So it does like through the leaks wise. So it does like, since there were 3 here, this is meant to be a very, very early season. I'm not too sure why it didn't come. Hopefully it can still come in the future, because I'm sure most of you, like, including myself, would love these characters in game. Okay, so I'm going to edit this in because it just came to my attention that after I made this video, actually a few days later after a new update, they've now started to add the K-pop, you know, idol made outfits in game towards some of the characters. We only have Vanessa right now, but if they're doing Vanessa, they're most likely going to be doing it for obviously Noelle and also Charmy. The only unfortunate part is, though, is that these are for... Oh, wait, this is, I think, the new Vanessa, I think. Yeah, because she's not got a hat on. So this is the actual Vanessa you can summon for next season on Global. The standard SSR, which actually is pretty good here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy that this is actually the normal Vanessa. But in terms of Noelle and Charmy, maybe we might wait until we get a new version of those before we see a new skin. But as it is right now, if they do get added towards the game, they will just be for the SR counterparts. But, yeah, I mean... At least they come to the game now. It does lead me to believe that maybe they've already made skins for those characters, and maybe that's the same thing for the actual, you know, fantasy theme that we covered earlier as well. Even though we might not see some of these characters as playable characters in game, they might become skins later on, and that's not actually that bad. So yeah, big W. Although I'm not too sure how they'll play, because I assume animation wise they would all need to be buffers, because surely a made character singing, maybe it's just the actual artwork, but like, I imagine a lot of them will be like buffers, supporters, who knows, right? But then we have, once again, just artwork of Noelle. They just started to change it. Same goes for, obviously, William. And we have the God of War Yami. This looks unfinished a little bit. I think the one we showcased earlier was a lot better, but once again, they started to change it. And then moving on to the last one, which we've actually seen gameplay of, which you can probably see in the background right now. This is the Clover Academy, you know, which was, we literally got to play this character during the beta, and I believe he was one of the best characters in the game. And fun enough, he was meant to come out during season 1, but was replaced by Yami. And honestly, if I had to guess why he was replaced, was because... I think simply because he had Bell on his actual, like, animations. Because they clearly, like, build up towards it. We had, like, the base, you know, during the SR one. And then we got our first SSR, you know, with Bell, the Golden Dawn one. Made sense to get this one first. And then, since we've now gotten this character, we can now start to get Bell and, you know, as seasonal characters. But obviously now we've jumped over towards Spirit Dive. You know, we've progressed really fast. But yeah, man, that was a kind of a shame this character's still not in the game. But I imagine we'll probably get one, or we'll get him back in the game sooner or later. But yeah, boys, that is it for the characters. There were actually more leaks as well, which I'll showcase on screen now. These were more universal skill pages that you can use on any character. Once again, we don't know what you're going to do. Once again, these even might be ones we already have in game, but just different artwork of what you're meant to be. And the final we got leaked here, the only one that stands out a little bit is the white cat that looks like Rouge a little bit from obviously Vanessa's Fate of Destiny. So yeah, boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know what you think. Are you upset? Who's looked the coolest? Which one did you want to see in game? And yeah, for me, I mean, it's Dorothy, right? But I'm assuming she's not been scrapped. It's just artwork that they didn't decide to use or something happened. But I think for me, Noelle would have been the one I would have liked to see the most. And yeah, that fantasy theme I've kind of given up on, because I'm pretty sure that's never coming to the game. But it would have been cool to see them. Maybe next time, if they decide to bring it back, change the characters. Keep the God of War Yami. Maybe scrap the Asta and Mars a little bit and go towards other characters. I would have loved to see better character choices. But yeah, boys, thank you for watching today's video. And yeah, peace.